Hello, I'm Brooke Sutton.
And I'm Sydney Johnson. Welcome to Stratezine, your source for authentic, curated content for digital and social media professionals.
On today's show, we'll take a look at social media platforms and if students use them for entertainment or information purposes.
In our Tips and Tools segment, Camille will share some insights on choosing the right platform for your target audience.
First, to our question of the day. What social media platform is most commonly used for entertainment purposes among college students? Sydney Johnson asked students what social media platform they use and what they use it for.
What's your name?
Hanukkah Mace.
Awesome. What social media platform do you use the most and why?
Probably Instagram. Just like all my friends are there, and then I can send memes to my husband. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
What's your name?
Lily Nettle.
What social media platform do you use the most and why?
Probably TikTok, just because brain rot. So
Okay, what's your full name?
Bailey Livingston.
What social media platform do you use the most and why?
I use Instagram the most. All my friends are on there, so that's how I keep up with everybody.
What's your name?
My name's Caden.
Okay, what social media platform do you use the most and why?
I use Truth Social the most because of President Trump.
We'll have the answer to the question of the day later in the podcast.
Let's be realistic here. TikTok is not just for dancing and learning new moves anymore. It has become the go-to app for Gen Z, especially towards college students. According to Pew Research, TikTok happens to be in the top ranking along with YouTube and Instagram daily use.
But when it comes to that pure entertainment, TikTok takes the crown. Camila will now show us a short video diving deeper into how students like you are using these platforms.
We all do it. Scroll through TikTok, binge YouTube videos, or send memes on Instagram. But which platform do college students turn to most just for entertainment? Today on Stratezine, we're diving into the digital habits of college students and revealing the social platform that wins the entertainment crown. According to Pew Research Center's 2023 report, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram led the pack when it comes to daily use among Gen Z. But when it comes to pure entertainment, laughs, dance trends, viral stories, TikTok takes the top spot. As NPR puts it, TikTok has transformed from a trend hub to a full-blown entertainment platform. Even some students on campus agree, TikTok is their go-to for fun content. Quick videos, memes, and challenges are part of daily routine. That said, YouTube and Instagram Reels are catching up. Students use YouTube for longer, relaxing content like vlogs or podcasts. Each platform serves a purpose, but for quick fun and endless scrolls, TikTok is the clear favorite. We source our info from Pew Research, Statista, and NPR to bring you the full picture. For more, check our show notes. I'm Camille Ogden, and this is your Stratezine.
Now that we know a bit more about social media platforms being used by college students, let's learn from an expert what social media platforms are most commonly used for entertainment and information purposes.
Recently, I spoke with Abby Nelson, a professor in the digital and social media emphasis in the communication department at BYU Idaho, to get her insights. Mr. Nelson, thank you so much for joining us today to share some of your expertise on this topic.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect, thank you. Just a little background on Sister Nelson. She is currently getting her master's from Georgetown University. She's been a social media manager, an account and brand manager, and a creative marketing manager. And she's just finishing her first year teaching here at BYU Idaho. So we are excited to have her join us today for this episode of Stratezine.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, Sister Nelson, we wanted to talk a little bit today about different social media platforms. We've talked to some students around campus about what platforms they're using and if they're using those for information or for entertainment-based purposes. So I just kind of want to talk about what social media platforms generate the most success for businesses and marketing.
Yeah, that's a huge question. So if you don't mind, I would love to break it down by platform. So each platform has kind of a different purpose, right? So let's talk Instagram.
Okay.
First, Instagram is a highly visual platform, product photos, right? Reels, quick entertainment, but also deep into education in that way, right?
Yeah.
Think of now it's also become a partnership
Yeah.
type of right? We actually come in and we partner with other brands and businesses, influencers, collaborators. And so that's kind of happened. And at the end of the day, I feel like that app will forever be a great storytelling app.
For sure.
right? Content creation, we kind
Yeah.
of start there.
Yeah.
So, and depending on your target audience, that's right. Then you decide where to go.
For sure.
Facebook, huge,
Mhm.
right? It's massive user base. I mean, it still, I think, has the most users, right, that ever has been there. But it also, the thing that Instagram doesn't have, right? We have the collaborations and the reach on Instagram.
Mhm.
We now on Facebook through Meta ads, we can target. So then we have this ad targeting that we go through, and that's how, right, we get ads on Instagram too, but it's all that Meta Business Suite, and we're able to do that. And then you have all types of content on there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So TikTok, totally different, right?
It's a big one.
It's a big one, but it's also this potential of high reach.
Yeah.
And such a different type of content when we look at TikTok, right? We're looking at that short form video that usually feels a lot different than an Instagram video,
Yeah.
just because of the nature of the platform.
For sure.
But also they have this For You algorithm that keeps users, and I feel like other, right, we're seeing Instagram kind of bring it in, but then we're also seeing this, we call it the TikTokification of, right, of social media, and it's that For You.
Yeah.
So that algorithm, right? If you're anything like me, when you get on or get on TikTok, I have to be like, okay, I've spent enough time on here because it's serving me exactly what I want to watch.
Yeah.
Or what it thinks
a
I
lot
want.
of entertainment on those platforms. Yeah.
Yes. And it's the one you can get on and just be like, how long did I just watch this for?
Yeah.
So it's kind of different, right?
For sure.
And it also brings in a different demographic. I feel like Gen Z is a lot more on TikTok than maybe we're not seeing them on Facebook as much.
Exactly.
So,
For
but
sure.
as a business, we need Facebook for the Meta Business Suite and the ad targeting. So kind of a little bit different there. And TikTok's just kind of, it brings a different side to a business.
Yeah,
Which I
for
also think
sure.
is interesting.
For sure.
LinkedIn. So we go to LinkedIn, right? That's the platform for professional content, which is awesome. I love LinkedIn. That's probably nerdy of me, but I love watching what other businesses are putting out or other strategies, connecting with professionals. So it just has a little bit different of a feel to it. I mean, we're looking at totally two different things if we're looking at LinkedIn and TikTok.
For sure. It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Would you say LinkedIn has like a lot of like information sources? I feel like every time I'm on LinkedIn, there is like information about jobs and what people are doing and like business trips or whatnot. And I feel like that's just a very different thing compared to Instagram or Facebook or something, what you're going to see on that feed.
Absolutely. The word I keep thinking of is credible.
Yeah.
Right? We see it on TikTok. We might even search on TikTok now.
Yeah.
But if we're looking for something really credible from a business, we're going to see it on LinkedIn.
For sure.
So just
Very
a different
interesting.
type of, we're not consuming short form content there. It's a little bit longer form usually. Your captions are a little bit longer. It's a little more polished.
Yeah.
Where we don't see that polish on the side of TikTok.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
awesome. Okay.
Perfect. Well,
Any
that's
others we
awesome.
want to
No.
talk about? Or
I think that's very
Okay.
helpful. That covers the main social media platforms. And so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And then we just wanted to ask what you think about why students are using these different platforms for entertainment, like maybe what the pull is to those platforms or what gets them to continue using them. Just kind of what you think that entertainment kind of side of it is.
Absolutely. You say that and I immediately think of TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? It's personal, has addictivity that you talk about, and that shorter form video caters to watching a totally ton of different things, right?
Yeah.
If you want to watch a video on something completely different than the next one because that's the way you consume content, TikTok adapts to that.
Yeah.
But also if you find somebody you love, you go to their TikTok page and you can watch 50 videos of all the same styles.
For sure.
So I feel like if you're looking for entertainment only, right?
Yeah.
You're going to end up, and that's a broad statement for that platform, but that's how I look at it. It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Super algorithm driven of just that kind of content.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today on this episode of Stratezine.
Oh, thank you.
Let's dive into what's shaking things up in the digital world. Lauren's got the scoop on TikTok's latest and trending updates.
I'm Lauren Ruff with Stratezine, here to give you an industry news update. And here's everything you need to know about TikTok's new feature, Footnotes. It's like Community Notes, but on TikTok. With 1.92 active billion users, TikTok has enacted a way to help fact-check videos in real time. And yes, this looks a little different than the footnotes you would see in your textbooks. These footnotes are written, reviewed, and rated by approved contributors to help viewers understand the original post. They're added to posts and visible if they receive a large number of helpful ratings, and not just anyone can do it. To be able to write footnotes, you must be based in the US, be at least 18 years old, have used TikTok for at least 6 months, have a valid email address or a US phone number, have no policy violations within the previous 6 months. Basically, you need to be a good digital citizen. Why is this important? Because let's be real, social media is a breeding ground for fake truths and fake news. TikTok is letting the community do the fact-checking. And get this, footnotes don't show up right away. They have to be rated as helpful by other people. So what does this mean for you? It means you can build trust and keep your content from getting misinterpreted. Imagine you post a health hack or a financial tip. You could add a footnote with links to real sources. Or if your content is satire, you can add a footnote saying, "This is a joke, not real advice." This is all about keeping the conversation honest. And this has been big news. Clearly, creators and publishers alike think that adding more credible information is a good thing. So what do you think? Would you add footnotes to your TikTok videos? With so much of the internet hanging out on TikTok, why not help it turn into a space where solid info and smart conversations thrive? After all, a little context can go a long way.
How do you know which platform is best for sharing your content? In our Tips and Tools segment, Camille will share some insights on choosing the right platform for your target audience.
Hi everyone, welcome to Stratezine's Tips and Tools segment. I'm Camille Kolditz, and today I will be talking about which platforms are best for reaching your target audience. So each social media platform attracts different age groups and people with different interests and needs. Choosing the right one is all about figuring out where your audience is. If you're trying to target a younger audience like Gen Z or millennials, it would be best to use platforms like TikTok or Instagram. TikTok is best for making short-form, lighthearted, fun content that shows more personality, while Instagram has tools for content like Reels, Stories, and Carousels that typically have more visual appeal. If you are targeting an older demographic like millennials and Gen X, Facebook would be your best bet. Facebook is very community-based and is great for sharing events or articles and long-form content. Lastly, there is YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter. They both reach a wide age range demographic. YouTube is great for vlogs, tutorials, and all kinds of long-form content. Most Americans use YouTube because a lot of their content is evergreen. As for X, it's popular for journalists, politicians, and tech professionals. It's also good for people who want real-time news and updates, and people who want to see trending conversations. So it is important to know who you're trying to reach and where they are. Here are the sources I used.
Back to our question of the day. What social media platform is most commonly used for entertainment purposes among college students?
The answer is YouTube, with 95% of college students spending 1.5 hours on it a day. Next is Instagram, and then Snapchat and TikTok coming up close.
That's all for this episode of Stratezine. Coming up in our next episode, we will explore the impact of AI on artists within social media, examining both the positive and negative effects.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
You can find links and attribution to everything from today's podcast in the credits and in the show notes. Have a great day.